Well, just before we tell you the latest in sports, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has asked President Muhammadu Buhari and the All Progressives Congress (APC) not to address Nigerians on the occasion of the 2018 Democracy Day on Tuesday. The PDP maintains that in the last 3 years, such addresses had contained deceit, falsifications and unfulfilled promises. The party notes that Nigerians have become frustrated and despondent by the magnitude of deception told by the APC and would prefer to spend the next 12 calendar months contending with such past deceptions than fresh falsifications. According to a statement by the PDP, quote, "How can Nigerians celebrate Democracy Day when the rights of citizens are daily trampled and they no longer enjoy their freedom to politically associate and aspire, as was the order under the PDP rule? Where is democracy when government tends towards military fiat, where citizens are wantonly arrested, locked up and dehumanized just for expressing political opinions considered to be at variance with views held by those in power? Where is democracy when opposition members have become engendered species and considered enemies of the state without any just cause? Where dissenting voices are daily harassed, arrested, handcuffed and arraigned on trumped up charges just to emasculate opposition." End of quote. And in sports, LGEA Central Primary School Kayama from Kwara State are the new champions of the Channel's International Kids Cup Season 10. In the thrilling finale played at the campus mini stadium in Lagos, the boys from Kwara beat Baptist Primary from Osun State 3-1. Season 10 of the Channel's International Kids Cup tournament is indeed special, as the governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, arrives at the campus square and is received by chairman of the Channel's media group, Mr. John Momo, to the delight of the kids. Also present are top dignitaries, sports personalities, ex-internationals and sports enthusiasts.
Everyone is getting ready.
This year's final is between Baptist Primary School from Osun and LGEA Central Primary School from Kwara State, who were Group A opponents in the group phase.
And number 13 and Abdul Haq in jersey number 2 is going to be in left back.
It's the campus is Lagos. Just welcome to the campus mini stadium.
Just before the hostilities begin, the governor of Lagos performed the ceremonial kickoff.
The ceremonial kickoff, and His Excellency does a lovely right footer, and that means we are set for the football festival.
And then it's time for action.
Is Baptist Elementary School Obokun, and there you have it there. Kickoff for the finals of the...
In the second minute of play, number 5 jersey Abdul Ghani Teslim of Kwara State got the opener.
And this is a chance for Muhyiddin from Central LG. Are we going to see the first goal eventually? And it's a brilliant free kick. It wasn't Muhyiddin in jersey number 11, but it was a wonderful strike all in all.
The celebration lasted just 15 minutes as Erebamide Quidis levels the score.
Oh, and it goes into the back of the net. It's the equalizer we've been waiting for, and what a response. And
Kwara, however, took the game beyond the reach of the kids from Osun with another 2 brilliant goals.
The second goal comes from another free kick. That is super impressive, Raymond.
And a chance that he beats his man. Can he square one in? He does, and he kicks it, and that's goal number 3. It's 3-1. End up heading the ball out, and that's the end, ladies and gentlemen.
And then comes the moment for the new champions.
They are the champions of season 10 of the Channel International Kids Cup.
The kids from LGEA Central Primary School from Kwara State have every reason to celebrate, as they will for the next 1 year enjoy the rights of being referred to as the reigning champions of the Channel's International Kids Cup.
All right, welcome back to the second half.
Meanwhile, Emmanuel Anglican Primary School from Ekiti State won the third-place match after beating Lagos State representative ex-Plantain Nursery Primary School 1-0. Both sides gave a good account of themselves but could not convert goal-scoring chances created. Alade Ayomi Posi's goal in the second half was enough to give Emmanuel Anglican Primary School victory in the keenly contested encounter.
None of those goalkeepers, I'm sure, will want to cover themselves in the kind of mess that we had yesterday, and a chance for the boys for making it, and it's the first goal of the game. We're just talking about a chance of a penalty shootout, but as it stands, we might not be having that. And who else? Who else but that man, Ayomi Posi, with a wonderful take, wonderful beating of the defender, and buries the ball into the bottom corner. And eventually, finally, after waiting so long, we have the first goal of the game. And we can see the classic FIFA celebration there. And there goes the final whistle. The game is over. The third place match of the 10th edition.
North Korea's leader Kim Jong-Un wants to go ahead with the meeting plan between him and the U.S. President Donald Trump. State media says the decision was confirmed after the leaders of North and South Korea met again in the border town of Panmunjom like they did weeks ago. The U.S. President had called off the meeting, saying the U.S. was sensing hostility from the North. And military sources say at least 4 Russian combatants have been killed by militants in the eastern Syrian province of Deir el-Zor. The Syrian army took the city last November, but Islamic State fighters remain active in the province. According to the Defense Ministry, 2 military advisors died, 5 other Russians were injured, with 2 dying later of their wounds. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the attack had been carried out by Islamic State fighters and that 35 pro-government troops were killed. And Channels Television's Democracy Day program, Channels Forum, is back. So make it a date on Tuesday, May the 29th. This is as prominent scholars, politicians, activists and government officials discuss the theme for this year's edition, Nigeria, a Fragile Nation. The program comes up live from our studio, 7 to 9:30 p.m. on Democracy Day, Tuesday, May 29th, 2018. Remember, it's a discussion on Nigeria, a Fragile Nation, this year on Channels Forum. Please join us then. And the main news again. President Muhammadu Buhari today called for urgent and decisive actions against the rising cases of violence against children as they celebrate another Children's Day. The president made the call in his message to commemorate the day, where he also enumerated some of his administration's achievements geared towards improving the plight of children in the country. Also today, the President of Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, visited children in Benue IDP camps with a promise to ensure they go back to school soon, just like their counterparts in other parts of the country. An LGEA Central Primary School from Kwara today emerged winners of the 10th Channels International Kids Cup after defeating Baptist Primary School from Osun State. And that's news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Wonka. Have a good night.